Man, WWE takes a shot. I'm not talking about a shot of Jameson or a shot of Jaeger or a shot of fucking Terramana. I'm talking about WWE taking a shot at AEW with a statement issued to the Toronto Star about gory, self-mutilating matches within AEW. Oh, really? Really now? WWE's maintained that AEW is not considered... Oh, Bruce, you're a funny guy, man. You're a funny guy, Vince. Listen, they don't consider AEW competition. But statements made about Tony Khan's company seem to indicate otherwise. So listen, Tony Khan and AEW are not competition, but that doesn't stop WWE from mentioning AEW and their supposed shortcomings, right? Oh, but AEW mentions WWE all the time. Yeah, that's justified because WWE is putting out a shit product. AEW is not. So get with the program. Vince McMahon previously called AEW blood and guts because of the blood shown on their broadcasts. In a recent statement sent to the Toronto Star, WWE categorized the December 31st women's tag team match on AEW Rampage as self-mutilation. Now, this match featured Penelope Ford and the Bunny versus Taynara Conti and Anna Jay. And this was the end of a long feud. The WWE statement reads as follows. If you look at the gory self-mutilation that bloodied several women in the December 31st event on TNT, it quickly became clear that these are very different businesses. Yes, one is Disney, one is Nickelodeon, and the other is professional fucking wrestling. When has Vince lost his balls? I'd love for somebody to go back to the moment where Vince lost his fucking balls. Guy is a complete fucking pussy in his older age. And so is everybody on the fucking team fucking sucking his balls. So they complained about this women's match. If you look at the gory self-mutilation that bloodied several women, it's very different businesses. We had an edgier product in the Attitude Era, and in a 2022 world, we don't believe that type of dangerous and brutal display is appealing to network partners, sponsors, venues, children, or the general public as a whole. End quote. WWE is previously accused of, or at least have been previously accused of trying to hurt AEW standing with potential sponsors. When Rampage Fast national numbers are first leaked, or were first leaked a couple of months ago, it was pointed out that they were only leaked when the numbers dropped and were more favorable to SmackDown. There are also allegations that WWE tried to get AEW in hot water with the Nick Gage-Jericho match with the pizza cutter incident in July on AEW Dynamite. AEW key demo numbers are doing just as good as Monday Night Raw, and WWE has their backs against the wall, and they are worried. The executives at TNT TBS are said to be very happy with the AEW numbers. So far, there are no signs of their product being turned off or their sponsors dropping AEW or anything like that from TNT or TBS making changes to the overall feel of the show. Wow, Bruce. Wow, Vince. Wow. Nick Khan, man. Who was the one that gave this statement? I wonder who, right? Who gave this statement? Clearly somebody saw the match. Clearly somebody is using the Cliff Notes version of AEW. They got that cheat sheet already. How can we incorporate this into our show, Vince? You know? Clearly, they're watching the product. If they weren't competition, you wouldn't be watching. If they weren't competition, you wouldn't have any idea of what's going on here. You wouldn't know of this match and it even existing. But WWE talks about self-mutilation and gory content. Really now? Really, I vividly remember Brock Lesnar in a match with Randy Orton at SummerSlam all those years ago in the main event. Wasn't Brock Lesnar sent out there to self-mutilate Randy Orton? Didn't he make him bleed hard way by using UFC-style elbows to the skull? Possible concussion. The lasting image of fucking Lesnar raining down elbows on Randy Orton and blood just seeping down Randy Orton's face, right? That's not self-mutilation. Where'd that happen? Was it WWE or was it fucking MLW? Where did I see that? Was it some random indie promotion? No, it was at SummerSlam. Okay? That's just one example. Are you the same fucking people? How lame it is inconsequential. How fake it looked is completely inconsequential. Weren't these the same group of people that took Seth Rollins into a feud with Rey Mysterio and had him rip his eyeball out? As far as I remember, I seen something fall out of Rey Mysterio's fucking eye patch. What was it? What was it, a roll of quarters? Did they go to the arcade afterwards? Did they go to Dave & Buster's afterwards? Huh? What fell out of his eye patch? An eyeball. You made a storyline specific around Seth Rollins gouging people's eyeballs out of their skull. Was this the same promotion? Eye for an eye match, right? What promotion was that? It was WWE. So that's not self-mutilation. That's not gory content, Vince? How about you guys setting Bray Wyatt on fucking fire on live television? That's not self-mutilation. That's not gory. What about the Becky Lynch situation, huh? Twice with Becky Lynch. Weren't you the same fucking people that glorified Becky Lynch having her nose busted open live on television, live on Monday Night Raw, where she stood proudly in the crowd and you seen blood dripping down her face as clearly she was fucking injured? You self-glorified that, right? That's what made Becky Lynch. But apparently that's deemed okay by WWE's standards. Or what about the Becky Lynch situation where Shayna Baszler came from nowhere and wanted to be a werewolf, biting Becky Lynch's neck, or vampire, whatever correlation you want to make, biting Becky Lynch's neck. And the lasting image of Shayna Baszler looking like she's out of a fucking cutscene in Castlevania. Give me a fucking break with your hypocritical fucking bullshit. If this showed you anything, it's WWE's hypocrisy. It's WWE's pettiness. WWE clearly wants you to think that AEW is not competition. Every single instance when something like this is reported and written down on some fucking newspaper or in some lame dirt sheet, it shows that WWE is nervous. They're sitting in the corner all fucking shaking, right? They're all fucking shaking. They don't know how to act. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to stop the momentum of AEW. If it shows anything, it's WWE is scared. Those Monday Night Raw demos aren't looking too good right now, Bruce. What happened? What happened? AEW's demos are looking good. They've been consistent. You're never going to make the fucking ghouls and the geeks and all these other fucking idiots in the community happy. They want a war. They have nothing going on in their lives. They want to compare ratings and demos and this and that. Oh, Raw did this, or AEW did that. They're not better than Raw. They're not better than SmackDown. They can't even beat NXT. Rampage can't even beat NXT. They're all complaining about the ratings. Do you people have fucking lives outside the internet? Do you have a favorite place, a favorite pub to go to, favorite bar to go to where you sit down and fucking not think about AEW demos or Raw demos? Do you have a bartender that knows you, that you order a drink, they know before you even sit down what you're going to drink? Go there. Get out. Go have a life. Go do something. This shows WWE is weak. I love it. And all these instances, they're fairly recent instances. So yeah, blood and guts, mutilation, gory. Oh, I'm sorry. How many matches do we see something like that happen in AEW? What is it, once every 6 months? Once every 6 months? It's not like there's gore and self-mutilation on TV every fucking week. Yes, I get it. You're Disney. You're Disney. You're Nickelodeon. You don't use the blood. You use it sparingly. You use it when it's necessary. I get it. And I'm in agreement with you. But don't come at AEW for what you think are their shortcomings without acknowledging your own. WWE has the worst creative product in the history of their entire business. Right now, Monday Night Raw sucks. It's the worst wrestling show in the industry and has been for over a decade. SmackDown is just as bad. It may actually be worse than Monday Night Raw right now. You fucking people need to keep that same fucking energy. WWE needs to keep that same energy. For all the fucking complaints that I hear from WWE about self-mutilation and gore, you should take a look at your own fucking problem. Let's not ignore the fact that WWE is the worst pro wrestling show, and I use that term loosely, on television right now. I feel dumber every time I watch it. Give me a break. WWE is weak. This is a weak response. This is a response from a company that's scared, is what I feel. Make your show better before you start listing the problems of another fucking company. Fucking bullshit with this goddamn nonsense.